Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with the next process video in our One Sketch Two Ways with Vanessa and Lisa, and of course our special guest this month is Janet from RTS Scrapbooking. And so you saw there at the beginning, I did show you just quickly the sketch that we're working with, and I'm kind of taking a play off of the second page of the sketch and kind of turning it on its side. So you'll kind of see it. I loosely interpret the sketch definitely for this one, but I love how it turned out. I am also using for this layout one of my page kits that I put together from my Kit Club Overload stash kit that I put together to use for August. So if you want to see all the bits and pieces that were in this page kit, feel free to, after this, you can jump over to that video and you can see what was in this page kit. So the first thing that I decided to do was I have this piece of Felicity Jane, and it's a white wood grain paper that I know I'm going to use for my background, but I felt like it was still just a little bit too plain, so I did go ahead and take some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine and put some sprinkles of that in the background, as well as some Tattered Rose Distress Oxide ink. But the Tattered Rose, you don't really see it. It's so light on the page. I don't even think it shows up in the close-ups at the end. But while that's drying, I do go ahead here and take two other pieces of paper from that page kit that I had put together, and I'm just going to use those to mat my photo. One is a little tiny black and white heart, and then there's the other one is that pink and white stripe. And so those are going to be my mats behind my photo. And this photo is of my two kiddos, and it was just a day they were in the back seat of the car, and I turned around and snapped a picture of them. It's one of those pictures that when I see it, it just reminds me how quickly my kids are growing up, and so how much, and you'll see by the title, it's making me want to savor all the time that I can with them, because I feel like I blink and they grow up faster and faster every day. So I will tell you that for this sketch that the prompt was currently, and the tech prompt was there had to be flowers. So you will see how I incorporate. The currently is what I said, sort of the story of savoring every minute with my kids, and then you'll see how I put flowers in here in a moment. Something fun that I did decide that I wanted to do on this layout, and I've been slightly, I don't know if I'd say obsessed, but I've definitely enjoyed making lately some shaker pockets. And if you saw my last just regular process video using one of my Felicity Jane stash kit, you would have seen that I created some circle little shakers on my last layout. And so like I said, have really loved making them lately, so I went ahead and decided that this gold glitter tag, which I believe was probably from like an old Maggie Holmes collection, I decided that it was just screaming out to have the center be a confetti or sequin pocket. So the page kit that I'm using actually had some gold Felicity Jane stars, and so I grabbed some of those and then just some pink sequins from my stash, and I'm going to do just as you saw there. I'm just going to fill up the center of that heart. I did put some foam tape around the top or around that heart to give it the lift so that I could fill it with the sequins, and then I'm just taking a simple piece of white cardstock and I'm just going to back the heart so that all my sequins stay in place. And with that, I have this cute little shaker card, and I love it. I just love how it turned out. I think it's so cute. I'm a little obsessed with the shaker pockets. The next thing that I did, since I was still waiting for my background to dry, I did go ahead and just type up my journaling, and then I'm going to take one of my Felicity Jane stamp sets. Those Kit Club kits always came with a stamp set and still do, and so I'm just taking one of those stamp sets, and if you want to know the name, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to find out which stamp it was, but it is a Felicity Jane stamp that I'm using. And so I'm just taking a couple of cute sentiments. I think one says blessed, hashtag happy, and I think one that said grateful. I'm just adding a little bit of detail there to the type journaling that I put on vellum. I like the way vellum looks on a page. It sort of lets the background show through, but I'm still able to get my journaling on the page without it sort of taking up too much visual weight on the page. Now the next thing that I decided to do here was I took a piece of the pattern paper that was in my kit, and I just used my scallop punch border. It's a really old Fiskars punch that does a scallop, and then it has just that little circle in the center of each scallop. And I just cut a strip of that down and took, here you see some trim, and it's just sort of, it's not even a ribbon, it's sort of like a tassel-y kind of twine almost, I guess you could call it, and I'm just going to put that just as an extra detail down this strip that I will eventually be putting on my layout. So I'm kind of getting all of my different bits and pieces that are going to go on this layout, getting those all kind of put together while I'm waiting for my background to dry. Because I do find I like to let my Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine, I like to let it have a good amount of time to sit and dry so I don't smear any of the sprinkles and circles that I get with the ink. And so here it is dry, and so I am going to back the entire layout on a piece of gray cardstock, which kind of goes with all the colors that I'm using in this page. And so here you see I am just taking all these bits and pieces that I have here, and I just showed you quickly there the floral piece of paper, and this is how I'm bringing in my flowers. I had this gorgeous piece of Felicity Jane paper. I can't remember the collection, but I know I tell you in that Kit Club Overload video that I have. And I fussy cut a ton of those roses, and they are, I can't even tell you how beautiful they are. They're just gorgeous, and I love them. And so I went ahead and did that, and so that is going to be obviously my floral element that I need for my page. And I'm going to put a band right across, right underneath my photos of all of those roses. So you're going to see me kind of fiddling around with the placement of those. I know I'm going to have, like I've shown here, I have my gold shaker pocket tag up at the top with another tag that just says XO, and then I have a little word phrase that says "so sweet" that I'm going to put up on top of those. And then you see my line of florals, and then I have one other cluster that's going to go down on the bottom left, and it's just a tag, and then some ephemera pieces. One's got a typewriter, and I believe in a moment I will type on that typewriter, or not type on that typewriter, but stamp on that typewriter ephemera piece a little sentiment that says "celebrate every day," which should be coming up here in a second. But before I do that, I did decide to go and get my title put down. And like I said earlier, the title for this one is going to be Savoring the Moments, because for me currently that's kind of the period that I feel like I'm in, and it's just this sort of like, I look at these two and they're just growing up so fast. It's just crazy to me, and I just want to savor all the moments that I can and make as many memories as we can as a family before these two get so big that, you know, they don't want to hang out with their parents anymore. So yeah, so that's really what this one is about for me. And so I'm going to just put the finishing touches here in just a minute, and this is where that stamp comes out. And if you want to know the names of any of these, just like I said, leave me a comment and I will let you guys know what they were called. So on that note, I do want to remind you that if you want to be in for the drawing for the $20 gift card for this series, to make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I will let you know that I am going to leave it open until the end of, not until the end of March, but until September 8th and 9th. I've lost track of my days. And then I'm going to close it and go ahead and create a video and announce the winner of the $20 gift card. So you have some time even after the series is over to go back, watch the videos, and comment if you need to. So guys, one last thing, I just want to remind you to make sure you hop over and see Janet and Lisa's take on this sketch, and I will catch you guys on the next video. The still shots are coming up here, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye everybody.